So if you guys missed my previous video, I uploaded a clip of our Saturday Night Hypnosis live stream that we do every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we were talking about Eliza Bleu, and I got very heated because this whole story with Eliza Bleu, honestly, is just really ridiculous. I don't like what's going on, namely between Eliza Bleu and the creators that she's censoring. Obviously, a lot of these creators don't even know who the hell I am, and that's fine. They don't have to know who I am for me to defend them because they are definitely on the wrong side of someone who has a lot of power, apparently, and unbeknownst to a lot of people as to why she has so much power. Now, there's a lot of rumors going around as to why she has this power. People are saying she's part of the FBI, the feds, and everything like that. I mean, it goes real deep. This whole thing goes very deep. But now there's an article coming out from the Daily Beast that I didn't get a chance to touch on, so I'm going to touch on it now. And the article says that Eliza Blue's own friends aren't even buying her trafficking story. Now, one of the biggest issues I have with Eliza Bleu is the simple fact that her trafficking story is obviously nonsense. You know, like I can see through a lot of people. I could tell when someone's lying almost like 95% of the time. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. And I can see with Eliza Bleu that this woman is lying all through her teeth. And it's obvious. Her story makes no sense. She's changed her story multiple times. Anytime someone wants to talk about her story, she doesn't want to talk about it. She always tries to change the subject because she knows the more she talks about it, the higher chance that she has of messing up and exposing her own self. And it's weird because Eliza, all she had to do was just admit to everybody that it's not even admitting really. Just say like, listen, that was what I was doing in the past. That's not who I am now. Now I'm more of a hardcore conservative. I don't do those kind of music videos anymore, whatever. But to try to go after everybody and censor people, get videos removed, do privacy complaints, do lawsuits, it's strange to me. Like, you're going so hard over a music video that didn't even show nudity. Like, why are you going so hard? The only reason why I can guess is because she is essentially trying to protect her new image that has allowed her so many opportunities and so much money, which is a whole conservative image, right? So she's trying to portray that she is a survivor and a victim, and she's trying to fight for other victims and other survivors, and that's why people need to give her money and donate to her and support her causes and all this stuff. It's pretty obvious that she's riding the coattails of this entire grift. Now, with that being said, let's get into this article from Daily Beast because I want to find out what they're talking about regarding her own friends not buying her trafficking story. So it says Elon Musk's favorite anti-trafficking advocate, which is another thing too, she's apparently heavily in bed with Elon Musk, has set off a war in right-wing circles after Twitter banned some of her critics, and her own friends are poking holes in her story. This should be interesting. With striking lilac hair and pugnacious attitude, the anti-sex trafficking activist known as Eliza Bleu has broken into some of the top tiers of right-wing media in just a few years, growing her audience through interviews with popular figures like Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, and Dr. Drew Pinsky. But in late 2022, Bleu found an even more powerful ally, new Twitter owner Elon Musk. Now, this is another thing too with Eliza Bleu. First off, she's changed her name quite often. That's one thing. So anytime somebody does that, that leads me to believe that she's trying to bury a little bit of her past somehow, some way. But she's changed her name often. Her story has changed often, and she's in bed with a lot of these AKA right-wing people, right? But the thing is, these right-wing people are very silent. And that's what's very annoying. Now, Tim Pool, I really wouldn't consider Tim Pool part of the right. I know a lot of people who hate him do consider him part of the right. I don't. I don't consider him part of the right based on the content that he has produced, but I could be wrong. You know, maybe he's gotten red pill lately for all I know, but he's not. I don't consider him part of the right. Ben Shapiro obviously is. Dr. Drew Pinsky obviously is. Elon Musk, he claims to be libertarian. I would beg to differ, but you know, it is what it is. But she's definitely been in bed with a lot of powerful people like these guys, and it leads you to wonder why none of them want to touch her story. This is such a huge story, and if there was someone like Taylor Lorenz, for example, who is hardcore progressive, and Taylor Lorenz were to be censoring a bunch of creators trying to bring up her past and bring up the hypocrisy of what she says, then they would be all over this story. But because it's Eliza Bleu, nobody wants to touch it. It's very interesting. It says Bleu, who refers to herself as a survivor of human trafficking, has lent the billionaire an unusual form of credibility by insisting that pre-Musk Twitter was overrun with CP. Only Musk, Bleu says, has been willing to stamp out the abusive material on Twitter at scale. In another tweet, she declared the war against Elon Musk is actually a war over your mind. Musk responded with a bullseye emoji. Blue's praise of Musk comes even as the billionaire has slashed much of Twitter's staff, including huge numbers of workers responsible for content moderation. For his part, Musk has boosted Blue's profile on the site with replies and retweets, helping her earn more than 100,000 new followers in December alone. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. And I remember pre-Musk owning Twitter, I never heard of this person. Like, her name never even came to light, you know? And then all of a sudden, I started getting recommended her tweets without me even following her. And it became a thing where I started to investigate her because I thought she was a leftist. Based on how she dresses and how she looks, that would be the first thing that would come to my mind because she looks psychotic, to be honest with you. It says, "You have a direct line to me on this issue," Musk told Blue in a Twitter Space live chat in December. That's incredible. But now Blue and Musk find themselves embroiled in a Twitter censorship controversy after multiple critics of Blue who shared embarrassing images from her past saw their accounts temporarily suspended from the site. Some users suggested that Blue's direct line to Twitter brass and Musk himself may have led to the crackdown, even as the Twitter owner insists he is in favor of free speech and wide-ranging debate. Blue and Twitter did not respond to requests for comment. Now, I do believe that Elon Musk is definitely involved in this, for 100%. I know a lot of people are trying to say, oh, this is so small, like Elon Musk wouldn't bother with this, but I don't believe that. I believe that Elon Musk has been heavily known to simp for certain women, like Amber Heard, for example, and he would definitely get involved with this, especially if she has a direct line to him. I mean, come on. Why does she have a direct line to Elon Musk for this? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So she definitely has a lot of power at play that a lot of people didn't even realize she had, and she's abusing it. She's abusing it because this was publicly available information, publicly available imagery, music video, all that stuff, and she's trying to pretend like it wasn't, that it was without her consent, that it was private images and photos and music video, and it just, all of it's a lie. It said, amid the controversy over the suspended accounts, questions about Blue's background have emerged. Her critics have seized on contradictory videos and interviews and her frequent use of different names online to suggest Blue isn't who she claims to be, because she's not. She's not. She's grifting. She's grifting 100%. Now, two former friends of Blue tell the Daily Beast that at best, Blue is exaggerating her experiences for attention. It's making a lot of her old friends around her really angry, said Carly Wenzel, a one-time pal of Blue who has known her for 2 decades, who added she believes Blue is completely lying. I agree with that 100%. It's obvious at this point that she is. Blue grew up in a rural area along Illinois border with Iowa known as Quad Cities. She's portrayed her homeschooled upbringing as an innocent one, albeit one that made her all the more naive about how the world really works. Despite her claims to the contrary, public records prove that Blue's original name was Eliza Morthland. Born in 1981, her father is Richard Morthland, and a farmer and former Illinois state representative who ran unsuccessfully on the GOP ticket for lieutenant governor in 2018. Morthland did not respond to requests for comment. Everybody's staying silent on it. Nobody wants to talk about it. In 2001, Blue appeared to deny on Twitter that she was Eliza Morthland, but Facebook photos show her standing with other members of the Morthland family. A 2010 newspaper article about Richard Morthland shows a woman who looks just like Blue standing next to the politician and identified as his daughter, Eliza Morthland. Richard Morthland also gave a comment for a 2009 article about a band Blue worked for under her married name, Eliza Sipp, and Blue's cosmetology license lists Richard Morthland's farm as her address. I mean, why are you... I don't get the whole reason to lie about her past. Like, why are you going so hard to censor your past? What is it about Eliza Blue's past that is so dangerous to her current image that she has to just, instead of just coming out and saying she's a different person than she was before, that she has to go on a complete censoring spree? Why would you censor it now? Why wouldn't you censor it before when it was already out? Like, did you forget that it existed? I don't understand this whole reasoning for going on a mass censorship spree now when it's existed for years. It just doesn't make any sense. There's no question that Blue has advocated for trafficking victims, especially on Twitter, but she has offered murky accounts of her own background that leave even her supporters unsure about all but the vaguest details. She can also grow hostile with reporters who ask for basic facts, like the year she was trafficked or the names of perpetrators. For example, journalist Katie Herzog reached Blue on the phone in December, only to have Blue become defensive when Herzog raised even the prospect of asking Blue about her own story. That's because she doesn't want to talk about it. If she talks about it, every time she talks about it without preparation, that means she has to think of the lie. She has to come up with more and more lies to keep the lie going. If she's not prepared for it, she's not going to want to talk about it. It's just a fact. Interviewed on Tim Pool's podcast, Blue said that she could not offer details about her alleged abusers because of unspecified legal issues. Then she asked why it would be a problem if she was making up her story. Let's say hypothetically it is made up, Blue said. What's my biggest win so far in public? Getting Twitter to address child sexual abuse material and make it a top priority? I'm not asking an abuser for money, and I'm not asking people for money. She added, okay, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is her coming out with the truth without actually saying that it's the truth. Let's say hypothetically it's made up. Okay, it is made up. It's 100% made up. And she's trying to basically deflect the fact that it's made up by saying, well, just because I'm lying doesn't mean that I'm not actually advocating for people in public who are victims of child abuse and trafficking. So clearly my lie should be perfectly fine. Who cares that I grifted? I'm still trying to protect victims. It's like, what? What kind of excuse is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you're still grifting. At the end of the day, you're still making it up because you found your niche. Even though you're not asking people for money, we know you're getting money for this. We know you're getting fame and fortune and clout and public admiration and social media followings and all this stuff, which comes with money and opportunity. So you may not have to ask for money directly because you're getting it anyway. It says the Daily Beast pieced together a rough outline of Blue's account of her trafficking experiences based on interviews she's given to sympathetic media outlets. Listen, man, this whole thing with Eliza Bleu is complete nonsense, man. If you guys want to finish, go check out the Daily Beast. Finish the rest of the article. It's extremely long, but go read it. It's very, very good. You should take the time to read it. It's got a lot of good information there. But honestly, this whole Eliza Bleu thing and her banning, getting people banned, getting people taken down from Twitter, getting people privacy striked on YouTube, this shit is ridiculous and it has to stop. And I think people need to be in more of an uproar over her complete abuse of power that nobody even realized that she had, and now she's just going crazy with it. Because if this was someone on the left, they would be running stories like crazy about it. But because it's someone on the right, now a lot of people want to stay silent, and I'm not for that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.